Hello, everybody, and welcome to the race weekend. Today we have the Champions Division in the Champions Series. I'm your host, Stinky Juan. I'm here with Iverson.
Good morning. To go along with this smooth jazz tones you're hearing,
Oh, I forgot to
this
mute it.
chill Saturday vibe as we cruise on down.
All right, so we are here today for a sprint event
Yes.
in the British Grand Prix.
Love a good sprint race. There's more points. It's more fun, more action.
Yeah, more points, more action. Yesterday's race, we saw a lot of fighting through actually corners that I didn't expect to see a lot of fighting. So that's exciting. I will have to just get. All right, so I'm gonna get the overlay set up, and then you can just talk about stuff.
We can just talk about stuff. So we're here at Silverstone. I like Silverstone. I think it's a pretty fun track. 15 racers out there. Nice to see a pretty full grid. Hang, who commentated with you yesterday, it's good to see him on the track. I think he was missing out. I know a little while since he was around. It's good to have him back around. You know, I'm happy about it. I'm happy
he's here for today's race. I'm excited to see how he does. He was a racer. Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. Right. We're a team.
A team of fools.
Teamwork makes the dream.
All right. I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so as I fill this in, we still have a few drivers here with not the right names. Yeah, I like that one too. I think I was still able to.
Well, now you definitely can. Instead of maybe being able to, you 100% can.
We have here Lannon, who showed really good race yesterday. I wonder if he'll be able to do it again today, with it being his home race.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could have a little bit of practice in, it's like well, you get another opportunity, right? Learn from your mistake. I love that name. I like the name. Some of the names of the corners on this one.
They're really good.
They're just fun. They're just fun names.
We can also pronounce them. Some of the tracks have had some very difficult ones.
Hey, they're my people. I got some British in me.
That's good.
Well, we don't have a great history, but we're kind of jerks. Just a little mean to a lot of people.
It is. Wait, there's two Brits on the Haas team.
Who's the other?
So this isn't correct. It is Luca.
Luca.
He's running a Haas. All right, so we should have the overlay up now. Let me just swap them over.
Ooh, did you hear that?
No, I didn't. No, I mean I heard it, but I didn't process it. If that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. What?
The one ear, out the other. So the key corners I think we would want to watch for this race weekend was we had the Brooklands, Luffield into Cops. That was a lot of fighting there, and then we had, because of Hanger Straight how strong it is.
Yeah.
We had Stowe, Vale, and Club. Those corners seem to have so much fighting. How well do you
take advantage of the DRS?
Yeah. And
I'm assuming it's a DRS.
As we sit here, let's see, time of day, about 6. It is pretty overcasty, but does not look like there'll be rain.
Is there gonna be rain for the
Didn't look like it. It said it wasn't, but it can change a little bit usually. So it does still say cloudy. So we're gonna have a cloudy race, and most likely, and a cloudy qualifying as well. So I think if we can get somebody into the 126s, I think that sets you up for a possible win. or a possible pole. And it could also set you up for just a really good start. So I think if you get into the 26s, you should be close to the front of the grid.
Well,
Because it's not very, it is actually pretty warm. On the track, it's about 77 degrees.
it's a muggy day out there. It's overcast.
Degrees,
That doesn't sound fun.
I mean, so overcast usually helps a little bit with.
I'm just talking about a comfort standpoint.
Oh, comfort's it's not probably very
Yeah, no.
comfortable.
No, from a race, it's keeps tires a little warmer, track a little warmer. No, it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
A little bit better than a cold day.
All right, so we have 8 drivers now putting in their first laps here. I'm trying to get to somebody on a hot lap. We have here with Limp. There is a lot of cars out there right now. It also looks like he is towing his teammate. Oh, his teammate already did a lap though, so it's definitely not towing him.
It seems like one of those things that some of our qualifying sessions have run into as issues. It's just there's a lot of people on the track at the same time.
Yeah. And I think it'll always happen right, with this, where you do a short qualifying, everybody's trying to just go out there, get their laps in, and since every driver is allowed to go out, you can get pretty much, it looks like everybody is out on the track right now. All 15 drivers are out there doing a lap. And this is a bigger track, so a lot of them were benefiting from that. It's not it's unlike some of the tracks we're on where the track was very small. And then trying to get a bunch of people to do a lap, and there we go, the 126.9 that we're talking about. So that could be the possible pole. Possible. It could also just be. I mean,
sitting in the lead right now
with the 126. You're definitely going to be up there in the 1 or 2, like the grid spots.
Yeah.
So I doubt anybody. If you're got a 26 and you're in 5th, well, it'd be nice. But it would also be disappointing as a driver when you're able to put in a really good lap like that and then still not being able to, get one of those 2 spots.
reap the reward.
Reap the reward of getting a 26. 26 is
Done a
fast.
good job.
So we are here with Jonas now. Expecting him to do really well. He's a little bit slower than the leader, but is doing pretty good time. The first sector looks a little bit slow. Probably not the best lap that he's ever done, that's for sure. It'll be up there. Maybe in the 27s, but it's looking more like a 28. And it is a 128.31. Alright, and we have 2 more people on flyers. We have Lord here coming across the line. Does a 128.2. And this is the part that I don't like, is having to scroll all the way through.
We just get to take a peruse around on the track. So what's everyone getting up to?
All right, let's see. I think this is a hot lap here because it looked like it did a second prep from the timings. Let's see if he's gonna actually do a lap here. Let's keep an eye on all the drivers that are coming out. We have Luca. Okay, a lot of people are coming out right now. So we'll jump back to the, who is actually in that car? Kumar, I think? Or Alex? I think it's Alex. He's going to be coming up for a hot lap soon. But right now we are here with Sunby. And he's coming through, where is he? Oh, he just comes in. Are we on a huge track? I don't even see him on. But I don't even see him on the map. Oh, I'm blind. Everybody goes. Oh, he invalidated his lap again.
But it's just about.
Lord comes in. I think want to be here with Luca. Yes, he is the next driver to go. He'll be the first driver going onto a hot lap. Did a 128.314. which means we'll be looking to improve that, maybe get it to the 127s, get up closer into one of the higher starting grid spots, especially if it's going to be a little bit of a cold start. Position's going to help.
It's always, not that you don't ever want to start in the front, you know what I mean? But there's definitely days when it's like, ooh, we really want to start in the front here.
Yeah, you don't want to be stuck in the back. Like, especially with the midfield here, with how strong the DRS is on this track, you really don't want to be fighting. We saw there was times where you had drivers fighting. It was like 5 drivers all fighting for it. If one of those guys made a mistake, you lost all 5 of those positions. So you don't want to end up in one of those spots. You want to be able to maybe fight one-on-one, or just, if you're lucky enough, not have to fight anybody at all.
Just weave your way through the traffic.
Just get through, do a lap. We saw in the last race an invalid lap again. I noticed yesterday's race that a lot of drivers were getting marked for that in that same exact spot through cops. I think that's one of the main ones. You have cops, Maggots, Beckett, and Chapel. Those ones are huge invalidation spots or exceeding track limit spots. I think cops a little like, oh, what is? Everybody's letting them through. Yeah, I think Enzo here is on a hot lap. This is the only downside with the map. I can't see this. Oh, can we do this? We can always do this. Yeah, but then it makes that smaller. Because this isn't blank space, this is the best space. Oh. Alright, we should probably be watching that.
We should be.
Instead of... Alright, who is out on a lap? I think Tezos is actually doing a lap here. Is improving a little bit, but not. I don't know if it's enough to get a position here. Oh yeah, he doesn't have to get that much to get a position.
Oh, there we go.
Let's take it.
Yeah.
Gets 5th on Luke here. Luke is on a flyer as well though, and actually goes personal best. Is about the same time. 200s or the 200s faster than Tasteless right now. Oh, invalidates. See, that's what we were talking about with the invalidations through there.
So, do you think we're going to get a lot of warnings today?
Oh, yes. I think we saw an amazing run from Fapa yesterday where he was able to avoid a single penalty in that race, where every other driver took one. And I expect that again today, where if you get a single penalty, it's not too bad. You expect a lot of drivers to do it as well. It's when it starts to add up, right? So one penalty
3 seconds turns to 6 seconds.
It's probably going to happen to most of the drivers. So you just accept it, just keep doing your pace. It should work itself out at the end. But it's when you start taking a penalty on top of a penalty on top of a penalty. We saw somebody with like 15 seconds of penalties. That's when, yes, you're taking too many track extensions. But I don't think you can really do this track without maybe getting one penalty, just because you want to be close to the edge.
If you don't get a penalty, you're not trying hard enough.
A little bit. It's one of those where you're probably losing. If you're not getting a penalty, you're probably losing the same amount of time as taking a freestyle. Because unless, obviously, that's why we're talking about maybe taking 1 or 2 penalties. It's the guys that are taking, to up to 15. Then they're definitely not benefiting from almost extending too far out, right?
You could do it.
Yes. I wonder, is Pang doing a hot lap right here? No, he's doing an in lap. Definitely doing an in lap there. So he just did a lap. Gets himself above Alex and Sunday, so that's happening. So not too bad. 29s, he's looking to get into the 28s. I think that's where you want to be if you want to be competitive. You see Hill there jumping up to 9th now with a 128.282.
Not too shabby today.
Let's look for a driver that's close to starting a lap. He's definitely not. Alex is... I mean, he's the closest one to a lapper. Nobody else is doing a hot lap. So Luke is... Maybe Luke is doing one? No, he's not. The timings are a little bit off with some of the times, so it's hard. Like when we're looking at it, when sometimes it posts pretty late. It's a little difficult at times. Let's just make sure here.
We will do one.
There's no reason not.
No reason not.
Oh! I was about to say.
Alright.
See it coming.
It's begun.
Only just begun. And now, a few drivers coming out. Velhetti is on the lap. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys. And every driver is pretty much out there right now. With only 2 minutes left in the session.
Everyone's trying to get
that one last run in. It does actually look like, because the sun is peeking through. Oh no, the temperature hasn't changed. Never mind. Still the same.
Is it warming up?
It's not. But the track is probably a little bit more worn in. A little more raced in.
Grippy.
A little bit more.
The rubber.
The rubber.
Found the word. Found the word.
The rubber has hit the road. With all these drivers coming through, let's see if Velhetti will be able to avoid losing any time here. Because sometimes, like, even if they don't impede you physically, they can mess you up mentally, right? Like, you might miss a spot here or there.
Well, it just changes what you're going to be doing. And if you're not racing your racing line, you can struggle, you know?
Definitely. We see here Tesos leaving the session. I hope he's able to get back into it before the race starts. And hopefully this driver gets out of the way here. Oh, but I think it still messed Velhetti up. It's one of those things that I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't actually, it's not hurting you
literally,
but it is mentally. It's mentally.
Which is literally hurting.
It's literally hurting you mentally.
It's yes.
So we're gonna see it here with Limp. We'll see if he's able to beat his time. And right behind him is Miller. So Miller might actually be getting a nice little tow from him. So it's one of those things where I think Miller put himself in a really good spot. Might be able to get a little bit of a tow from his main rival. And could really best them. They are very close in times here. Only 2/10, a little bit more than 2/10. A separation in their times. So.
It's close.
It's close enough where either of them can take each other on this last lap here. We're coming through sector 1. Does a purple sector. We'll see if Miller is able to do it as well. And Miller does get him with about a 10th here. We're probably gonna. This is what I'm gonna expect. I'm gonna expect Limp is gonna get a little bit faster sector 2 on Miller, and then it's gonna all come down to sector 1. Because from what I remember, Miller loves to max min his aero.
Yeah.
Which means all of the top speeds and things like that, those sectors he'll do a little bit better than most of the drivers. But then we'll suffer a bit, just a little bit, through the more tight stuff. So like Maggot Beckett and Chapel, they'll be a little bit slower than them.
Did Miller invalidate?
I don't think so. Oh, he might have. He might have invalidated there with the red light. It is red now. Which means right here, Limp should be able to get a fastest lap with the 126.785, and Miller is doing an invalid lap. which means he does get the pole unless, yeah, no, Landon never did a lap. We have Renzo here on the lap, so maybe Renzo can take it here. It is a lot of time he's gonna have to make up with the gap of about 8/10. And the invalid. So he says he had pole. I mean, but you didn't. You got invalidated a lap. So had the chance for pole. This is one of those tracks where I don't know if it really matters if you're. I guess it is.
First, you're last.
But the thing is like you don't always have to be first, right? For a track like this, you can win from second. So it's definitely still a good spot to be in. Being into P2, it gives you a really good spot, puts you in a really good spot for winning this race. But I think if you can avoid any incidences, get out there. You said had him by about 7/10, but he also did a faster lap. So, you know. But that was a good qualifying session there. We had Limp just taking it right at the end. Miller had a chance for the pole. But invalidated his lap. I mean, you invalidated your lap, man. You could say all you want about doing a faster lap, but it was still red. So
I don't know. I'm looking at the scoreboard. It says you didn't go faster.
It definitely says you only did a 127.162.
All I'm saying is the numbers don't lie, and
numbers don't lie.
Your numbers didn't count. So.
I do really enjoy seeing these two drivers compete.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
It is very enjoyable. Like,
I like watching Miller.
I can never tell which driver is going to get the pole.
Yeah.
Until obviously
anyone who might not know, we're friends. It's okay. I don't wish that upon any other racer. Only Miller.
Only Miller. So the thing is, I believe him that he was doing a really fast lap.
Oh no, it was. I saw the time. But he had good pace. Technically,
yes,
it was faster, but it didn't count.
Yes.
So it wasn't faster.
Limp is William. Oh, rain in the.
It wouldn't be a championship series race if there wasn't rain.
Hey, you are right, and it does say we have rain. This hasn't been updated yet. It will definitely update with the rain in mind. I hope Tesos was able to get back into this race.
Sorry you couldn't be here, Zach.
Yeah, no problem, man. We are happy you're here. Ooh, look at that. I'm surprised it's not an orange, not an orange one, a gold one, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I just work here.
Alright, same. Alright, so we are starting. The system is definitely not made. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, it's close to being too wet out there.
Oh, that's wet.
Oh, there's another driver here that joined.
The Alpine driver.
Who is the? I feel bad because I should know who the other Alpine driver is. It's obvious. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Oh, Galaxy. Galaxy's racing for.
Oh, nice. What's up?
I don't think he is an Alpine driver though. So, what team is he supposed to be on?
I'm doing donuts.
But he is driving for them right now in the race.
Right? You?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Doing big stuff. Doing big things.
Big stuff.
We like to see people doing big things.
Oh.
Getting out there, getting it done.
Oh, I can't do it now.
No, you can't. You missed your opportunity.
The opportunity was missed.
I'd like to. I'm sorry that I didn't catch that. But I'm not in front of the controls. So
well, I mean, I was doing stuff and things.
Things and stuff?
Things and stuff.
Stuff and things.
Yeah, so it says it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, and then the grace, this session's gonna be over.
And then the lightning starts.
And the lightning. And the tornado one was my favorite. I still don't think it's a tornado, but it looked like a tornado.
I don't care what you have to say, it's a tornado. I saw what it looked like, that's a tornado.
It's a tornado.
I don't know what else it would be.
Everybody is on inters. We saw in the last race that it's not going to change really much. So that 70%, it's just going to stay that way.
I would like to say the last time there was a will they go softs, I was right in thinking it wouldn't be dry enough for softs.
Yeah. So this track we saw that it was you're
Au revoir, good sir.
you're able to go onto what are those things called? You're able to go into the softs here around 20%, which it might not be the same for this one because there's multiple things that factor into. But when we get close to about that 20% precipitation, then you might be looking to see if any of these guys are going to come in. And it should be a safe enough bet to go in at that time. All right, here we go. We should be starting right. Starting
now.
Now. There it is. There it is. We got 5 lights.
Lights away.
Oh, that was a
fast.
quick light.
So quick.
Good start here from Miller. I heard that he's been practicing his starts lately.
Ooh.
But we have here Landon. Oh, losing it there.
Dive in.
And loses the position, but we have Luca here with a really good start. Luke getting him from the inside. Oh, I went the wrong direction. My bad. And it looks like he's going to be able to hold it here, gaining 3 positions. Jonas actually gaining 3 or 2. And Jonas also pretty good driver in the rain from what I remember. Always able to make up a lot of spots when the rain is coming down. As we move here slowly backwards, it looks like it was a fairly tame start of the race besides the Landon incident, where I think I couldn't tell if it was just a racing incident. It looked kind of like it was, where 2 drivers just ended up in the same spot on the track. And he did the right. Oh, that's a little bit Hamilton Verstappen-esque, trying to go through a corner together. And now we have a lot of cars bunching up because of it. And it doesn't look like Tassos was able to get back into this race. It looks like he's still a ghost. And Kumar here having trouble with this rain going further back here. We have Luca here now on the back of Luke. This isn't confusing at all with them right next to each other.
Luca on the back of Luke.
Oh, and right there we actually should have been watching, and we have a VSC. Oh, I should have stayed back there. It looked like there was a crash with Renzo and Kumar. And I'm not going to be able to see it because...
Oh, I saw a Red Bull off the track.
Yeah, it looked like Renzo and Kumar crashed into each other. And we actually have Landon coming in for a pit.
Did he get damage?
He probably did, because you do not need to take a pit into in a sprint event. So he's going to lose all his positions. I don't think it's red. It's not wet still. It's not really a red. Oh, looks like Kumar. Oh, he just retired. So he's done with the sprint, I guess. He's just gonna wait for the rest of the race. But we are back out at it again. It has started. We see Luca actually benefiting from that VSC and actually has E4 again on Luke. Luke looking to attack again. Is there any? Oh, Valhetti was looking in, and Hill doing a really good job getting 4 positions from qualifying, with Finn as well, right behind him. Oh, he's actually holding up a group, it looks like. Oh, that was a little sketch, but Valhetti takes the position from Luke, and Luke goes 1 more back. And with this fighting here, it looks like Jonas is be able to separate. We do have Miller and Limp still together. This is where the fight is, though, right? It's like Hill might actually be attacking Luke. So Luke is struggling here in the wets. Maybe he set up a little bit more for the dry.
I feel like most racers probably.
Yeah. Which the race will be in the dry, so I could understand somebody not even worrying about it, not putting any ticks at all for the other one. And we have Miller going fastest. With a 143.239, which this fastest lap doesn't matter besides pride. It's a pride point. It's about it. You don't get
point of pride.
Yeah, it's the only thing. You don't get a point for it anymore. Oh, Lord goes fastest actually now. So we do have people going pretty quick right now. I saw Miller look pretty close to Limp there. With it raining though, there is no DRS, so you do have to pass everybody under your own power. Do not get assisted. Renzo actually going faster.
I see you, Renzo.
And I think right now we're just looking at everybody's trying to get a position. There is a fight here for the last point with Lord. Oh, Lord will get it because I don't think Tesos ever got back into the race, which is unfortunate. So he'll probably lose that position from Lord eventually. But we are here. Yeah, it looks like Lord take it. So I'm pretty sure he's still a ghost, which is unfortunate. Maybe he can get back in for the race. We'll see. We have a really close. Sometimes it looks close, but it's not close, right?
Yeah.
It's just DR. It's not DR. It's just drafting.
DRS.
It's just a little bit of ERS, maybe a little bit of drafting.
I love that there's drops that don't change, and then there's ones that skirt by.
It's not how it works at all, but
You didn't know that's how it works.
that's how it works. Yeah, totally.
It's fluid dynamics right there.
Yeah. Oh, Velheti losing. Going way wide.
Way wide.
And is going to lose that position here.
Huawei?
Yeah, and Luke goes right back fast, and we get a raindrop right on the camera lens. For that realism. For the realism.
For the realism.
All right, and we have now Velheti and Luke are still fighting it out, but looks like he actually concedes for a second. And is going to have to keep an eye on the back because there is 4 drivers here all fighting for these positions. So when you're attacking, you always have to keep in mind the guy behind.
And they're all quite close to each other.
They're all very close to each other. It is super tight.
How are those 2 front runners doing?
They are still the same amount apart. I think he's just following them. Maybe going to have an attack late into this race. But these really close positions. Yeah, they're still not close enough, it looks like. And I'm actually going to come back here because it looks like Luke is really close to Luca. And Velheti as well. Like, these drivers are all just really close to each other this whole time. It looks like he can't go in with him through Stowe. I mean, he's always having to keep an eye out right behind him too, right? That's like the issue. Limp goes faster, so the 2 front runners are slowly going faster and faster, and we can see that with the gap between Jonas and them being all the way. Oh,
almost like he lost it.
Yeah, he did lose it, and it looks like he might even be getting attacked here by Hill now. He'll be looking to try to attack. He's been stuck behind both of these drivers because of how strong the draft is, right? He hasn't been able to get past any of these drivers. But it looks like Velheti here is having a lot of issues right now. And we might actually see a pass. No, it looks like he's still too far behind. Oh, no. Did you see that? He actually caught up to him too fast. Hit him right in the back. And with that, he loses some time there. Velheti loses the toe on Luke now. And now Luke is just really close. So now we'll drop all the way back up to Miller now. I think this is
caught up a little bit.
Might be looking to attack here. We'll keep an eye on the Luke situation and Luca. They're going to be fighting together. We have as well with Velheti and Hill. They're attacking each other. What? It's probably. It might be still screwed up. I might need to. I never restarted the telemetry and from last time, or he has it. It might have reset his privacy settings, and he doesn't even know. But he goes fastest with a 137.419. We do have, Luke is really close to Luca on the straight. It doesn't look like you can't really get him through there. It's too fast of a corner. You should be able to hold it. But we do have Miller 6 seconds back. It's still not close enough to even attack, but there is 3 more laps, so plenty of time.
Finn's done quite a good job today, I think.
And Finn was able to push up 6 positions and is looking to even.
He lost that position. They've been fighting. He went down. He went back up. So they were fighting.
Yeah, I think it's still a bot. Let's go double check. Yeah, he still is. So. So they're actually going
passing them.
in and out of each other.
Just inside of each other.
We do have, it looks like,
Talk about close racing.
yeah, Luke here maybe looking to attack. We'll see how Miller comes out of Maggots Beckett Chapel. And it's still not close enough. You got to be closer than that. About 3 seconds behind the driver in front. But the problem is because it's raining, you have to stay on the line all the way until the last second before you want to pass. And then you gotta hope there's enough grip offline.
You gotta be sure of what you're doing.
Pretty much. And it looks like he's still not gonna be able to. So the key here too is Luke. Oh, that's very important. With that penalty, it actually sets Luke up to be in P4 without actually having to pass him now. Hill actually gets a 3, but it shouldn't matter. It's probably also why he's probably not going to be attacking Valhetti at all anymore with that 3 second, or you have to pass him and then try to make a gap. But how are you going to do that with all these drivers in front of you?
Yeah.
That train has collected itself back up from Luca all the way down to Hill.
I see.
And then there's that big gap all the way to Lord. So he doesn't have to worry about behind him, but you have to get past all of those drivers just to try to make a gap.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Probably just gonna hang out.
Yeah, it's gonna accept that it's a 7th. It's not bad. You gained a few positions towards the end of this race, and I think that's a good start because this is only the sprint qualifying.
And he's in 4 positions.
And he's up 4 positions. If you can make another 4 into the race, then it doesn't even
You're looking
like
at some
that's
pretty
what
good
you wanted
points.
to do anyways.
Yeah.
So we did have another driver join in. I don't actually know if it should still let him race into the main race. I'm not actually
I believe so.
not 100% sure.
See how it goes.
We'll see. I've never actually done a sprint race in which a driver joined after the sprint race started. So we'll see how EA deals with this situation.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's not in the game.
It's not in this game.
Not in this game. Oh, and Finn takes a late penalty, but it should not matter.
It might.
You're right, because it will set the positions for the start. Even if Tesos isn't here, it'll still start him 1 back. So that's a whole position that he's gotta try to make up. I don't know how he's gonna make that up. And this front race is pretty much seemed like limp domination with Miller not being able to really get on the back of him. Unless he's able to get into 3/10 here, we only have 2 laps left. Oh, and it looks like he is making up that bit of gap. Oh, and here we go. Valhetti takes one. Oh, and
That changes it.
and
Order.
oh, I'm trying to use the wrong button. And we have here, with that mistake, Valhetti actually loses the position at the same time as taking a penalty, and now this position matters.
It does matter. Changes things up a bit.
Oh, he's going to be looking to attack. Is he going to be able to hold this? He's on the outside. He actually gets pushed out, but he does give him enough space, and it didn't look like he actually gets affected. They are going to come through this corner together. It's dangerous. Oh, and then it looked like Hill conceded that position. I think he preferred not to crash.
Bit of a fight there for a sec.
Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna throw an appeal for that. It did look a little bit like he bailed out to make sure they didn't crash.
I think so.
But sometimes it's better to just maybe you peel it later in the race. Maybe you look back at it and you go, it was nothing. But the one thing you don't want to do is crash. Like, there's no reason you want. Then you just, it's like, And I think that was the right idea, right? To just bail out. Maybe you can get it later after the race, if it was an incident. If it isn't, well, it happened. It's racing. You guys both wanted the same piece of track, and you did the smart thing to avoid the incident because he didn't lose the position behind him. He could have if they crashed.
Yes.
So. It's the whole risk reward, and I think it was the right idea.
Is your reward worth the risk?
And we actually have NoobTube also joining as well. So we have a lot of these drivers now coming in close to the end of this race. I hope they can get into a car. for the full race, because there's still a lot of points up for grabs. So even if you weren't able to do the sprint qualifying, you get a few points there, you can still get a load of points in the full race.
How many points?
A load.
A load.
Up to 26
That's
points.
provocative. What is it? What?
Up to 26 points.
What does it even mean? Who said that?
I don't know.
Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative. Gets the people going.
My favorite line is still, wait, you're getting paid?
Wait, you're getting paid?
It's still my favorite line in anything.
That's a good one.
It's so good. Because I can relate heavily with that comment. It's like, wait a minute, what? You're doing this for free?
Oh, goodness me.
And we actually, ignoring that we just missed, and Limp across the line. Oh, man. Limp driving perfectly, Miller says, and I do agree. We have actually Luca. Did Luca take a late penalty? Because Luke took that position going across the line. I can check it really quick before it disappears. Yeah, Luca taking a penalty, and this is what we were talking about and that's what we were talking about in the race. Lord takes the last position with penalties, right? And we'll probably see some more. As we saw, this was only a 9-lap race, and we had a few drivers getting penalties.
We'll see a couple more in the race.
And we'll probably see it in the race. Huge drive from everybody. We had Limp winning the sprint race. Miller just holding on there. Velhetti getting the games driver of the day for the sprint event. And our qualifying order is going to be Limp, Miller, Jonas, Luke, Luca, Velhetti, Hill, Lord, Tesos, Finn, Pangil, Alex, Renzo, Sunby, with the DNFs being Landon and Kumar, which will be 15, 16. And we're hoping those other two drivers will be able to get in, and maybe even Tesos, because Tesos was not racing. It was a bot. Let's see, did Tesos say anything? Does not look like he did. Oh, Tesos did say something. I need to mention this. Okay, let me try to get you one really quick. I hope you didn't leave the game. Okay, I can't. Let me see. I will try to send you Tesos. Here, let me go. Let me try to send you an invite when the game lets me send you an invite. I'm sorry about that, Tesos, but hopefully you can get into the race so that you are still in 9th. You didn't lose too much. I didn't know you got kicked out, and nobody was able to send you one. But I will try my hardest to get you in once the game lets me. Let me remove this leaderboard for a sec. Does look like it's going to be a dry race. It is overcast though. So it will be a little bit cold. This is more important than ever to make sure you get a good warm-up lap. All right, come on. Let me just send this invite out, game. All right, here we go. All right, invite sent, Tesos. Let me know if you need another one. I'll sit here until we start the race, and then once the race starts, I won't be able to send you another one, but I can send you one all the way up until the race starts. So just let me know. All right, it does look like we were able to get 2 more drivers in. Let me figure out who those drivers are. This is Sharp. And this is we could see here the front four are all on hards. That is Limp, Miller, Jonas, and Luke. With Landon also on the hards in 15th. We have everybody else on to the mediums here. Do not receive it. Okay. Let me send it again. There we go. Alright, I did send it again. Hopefully it got sent through. Alright, and here we go. We're getting ready here. We have 5 lights. Alright, and the start of the main event goes. We have a huge jump from Luke here on the back of Miller. He gets the position from Jonas here, and he's gonna get the position from Miller as well. Getting a huge start. Actually, Jonas also gets a huge start from that and gets the position. It looks like Luke and Limp are still fighting, and we actually have an incident with Miller here and Jonas, and Miller goes all the way to the back here. Oh, and we have Lord here now spinning. We have a few drivers here. I think they're just a little bit touching. Kumar. Oh, and it looks like another driver drops back. Hill taking a huge jump, goes all the way up into 4th. Luca gets 3rd. Luke has 2nd, so wasn't able to hold that position from Limp. Limp drops all the way, stays in 1st here. We have Hill now on the back of Landon, and Landon loses it there and is going backwards. And now Hill all the way up to 4th. Sunbee here on the attack on YouTube, and isn't able to hold that. But Sunbee getting 8 positions. YouTube all the way up to 13th. And for some reason, I cannot get Tesos in, so somebody would actually have to invite him, not me, because mine aren't getting sent to him, sadly. Which, I don't know if there's any driver that is able to send him one, but I cannot send it. So Jonas would, it looked like he kind of tripped Miller, and Miller dropped back. Luke had another great start, like he did last time. It was really good. We have here Tesos' bot sadly getting past, still holding 9, but I cannot get Luke Tesos in for some reason, even though I've been inviting him. I haven't been able to get him back in. Oof. Oh. Yeah, it looked like there's a few guys that really had a hard time. Sharp now in the pits, going on to Sauce. So he's looking for another pit here. And Alex goes in for a pit, goes on to Sauce, so he's going to be looking to pit again as well. Miller going up to 9th, so he's back into the game of just trying to make up all those positions again. And we have here Luke on Luca. The Luca fight is Luca fight. Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody is going to be able to try to invite Tesos or not, but that'd be really nice if they can, because mine are apparently not working too when I send it to him. We have, let's see, is there any other? It looks like Renzo on YouTube, which YouTube made up 13 positions from the start. So that was a huge jump. There was a lot of chaos that was happening, and he must have just been able to avoid it.
You don't need to come for the sprint.
Yes. And we have Limp there. Now that he has this fresh air, he's just going to keep pushing. And we have there Luca going actually fastest and is looking to try to get, maybe try to catch up to, they're trying to catch up to the guy in front. But with Luke and Luca fighting, and I did miss that, right? Because wasn't Luca, no, Luca was behind Luke. I'm thinking of the sprint race when there was the opposite that whole time. Is there a driver that we should be looking at here? Miller here on Velheti, maybe? Yeah. He is right on the back of him here. Let's see. Is anybody able to...
I talk now. Miller just on the back of Velheti, right down to 0.3, 0.5. Could be gearing up for an attack here soon. I think he's going to wait it out and sit in the draft for a moment, though. Here we are coming up to Cops, and then we're going to go through Magazine Beckets. Might be trying to see what he can pull out of here on this next hanger straight. Oh, and there he goes, closing in on the gap. Will he do it?
He is right on the back of him. We also see Renzo there, right on the back, right in front there, going through Stowe, and he actually gets it before Stowe.
Way through.
Renzo gets past NoobTube through Stowe. So
Well
right
done.
in front of him, and it looks like he's even going to hold it. So NoobTube loses one position, but because of that huge start, it's still 12
good.
game. Renzo there going fastest, and then Miller going fastest. These two drivers are pushing, trying to push back through the field and catch back up. And Finn takes a speeding in the pit penalty right there, and on that, that'll hurt later in the race probably. But we do have, let's see, Hill here is now going to be trying to keep Renzo off the back of him. And Renzo already right behind Hill. Oh, I guess that was a small group. They weren't really that far apart. Okay. Hill is looking to just, I think at this point, Hill's gotten to a spot where even if he loses 1 to 2 positions, I think it's still a good afternoon for him. Because he already gained, I believe, around 8 positions from where he qualified. Or something. No, it was 4 positions, right, where he qualified. And even if he can even just hold the position he started at, or ended at, it's still a really good day. And it looks like Renzo here is going to be looking to attack. And because of this, I believe McLaren should... Or no, I think Ferrari might be ahead in the Constructors. So I think this is very important for Renzo to perform good here. He goes but he goes a little bit wide. I wonder if he's going to get in trouble for that. Oh, and Hill actually spins it. Oh no! And with that, we get Miller going in front of it, and NoobTube also gaining the position from it. And just like that, Hill goes all the way down to 10th from that. And he pits. And he speeds into the pits.
Oh God.
Pang takes his first penalty there.
Rains and pours.
That does.
That was rough.
I always feel like it happens that way too when you're
all at once.
It just all happens to you because you lose a little bit of focus from it, right? Like you're getting frustrated, and then it just keeps stacking on itself.
Yeah.
Instead of helping you, it just keeps getting worse and worse.
It compounds.
And a really interesting thing is Lucas still has been able to defend this. So I wonder how much longer he's going to be able to defend this because he is on the hard compounds, which is a slightly better strategy on this track where you go hard into mediums. And the longer you can hold them back when they swap. And it looks like Velheti had an incident and he is out of this race. Does not look like anything is going to be triggered here because it looks like he is still moving. So we'll just say it was a mechanical failure. And he's going to have to pull over somewhere. And Miller here on NoobTube takes him through the hanger straight before Stowe. So this is the same spot he took the last driver on too. Showing that really good pace through the straights. Lupe here looking to try to attack. I believe he needs to do it sooner than later. Every lap he stays behind him sets Luke up better for the second stint of this race.
Because he is on the hards.
He is on the hards. He'll be on the quicker compounds into the end of the race. And because as you go further into the race, you have less fuel, which means less weight. Those mediums are different than these mediums that he's running. They don't deg as hard. They'll last longer. They overheat slower. And what that means is the variance between the hards and the mediums are going to be greater than they are in the beginning of the race. Yeah, let's go to penalties as we sit here. We have Luca also having a 3-second penalty, so this is hurting him really bad being stuck behind him. Pang has a penalty and Hill has a penalty, so Babel haven't gotten too many, and we can see on our board over there, he actually has 4 warnings already.
5 for him.
And Renzo just took a penalty for a truck extension, so he actually has 2 regular penalties for some incident. So his 5 is actually 3 for extension. So that's a good thing to remember when we're looking back at it. And with that, it looks like Renzo and Luca will be looking to see they're both even right now. So when it looks like Renzo is actually catching up to them very slowly, so if Luke is not able to get past Luke, this might be a trouble for Luke, because now he's going to be having to worry about also the Ferrari behind. We have Miller now trying to catch up to Renzo. He's right on the back of him. So he kept his head down, was able to get through, and it looks like he's made up a good amount of space already. It'll be very hard to see him contending P1 right now, just because of it, unless we get something like a safety car. The amount of positions he lost in the start hurt really bad. And, I mean, look at that, 6 seconds, 6.5 in 7 laps. And by the time he possibly gets past all those drivers, that's going to be closer to 12.
Yeah.
If he even does it before the pit. Because I know a lot of these drivers up front, they're going to be hard to pass.
They're quick. They're fast.
And
there's no 2 ways about it.
And
look at that gap between 2
exactly.
through 5. I mean, it's
we have 2 through 5 all together now. Luke to Luca to Renzo and to Miller, and this is actually going to make it harder for Miller because now all these cars have got grouped up together. It actually makes your passing a little bit harder because the driver in front also has DRS. So you don't get that DRS advantage that you would normally have. They also have the draft, so they equally have the same amount of draft. So it actually looks like Luca is dropping back a bit off of Luke. And if he loses the toe on him, and it looks like he just spun it. I wish we had a different camera angle, but oh wait, what?
He must have.
He must. Oh my gosh,
what
no!
An angle it gave us.
A beautiful angle for that crash, and just like that, Luca's just out of the race, and everybody moves up one.
I want to see someone else's camera angle on that because that was sorely disappointing.
Yeah, you could see that he was losing it, and then it just he was gone. It's like, come on. But we have here now Landon, who had that little bit of a spin, and we know he's got pace. He's here on NoobTube, who's still doing really well. Moved up 13 positions from the start, and is looking to try to get. He might lose another position here, but still will be in the points, and I think that's the key. Is end the race in points is what I think NoobTube's trying to do. Finn takes a 3-second penalty. We see here Landon on the hanger straight, going past before Stowe, and finishes it. It doesn't look like he's gonna be able to tack back.
But 10 points.
And he gets it. He gets 10 now.
And Renzo.
Yeah, I think they all had a really bad sprint. So they have to make a lot. They have to make a lot of positions up the field. We see Jonas with that 4 down. He's still trying to make up that positions from the incident he had with Miller. But isn't in a bad spot. He still has a chance, especially with all these drivers fighting up front. When we come out of the pits for the second stint, I want to know where he ends up, because I think he could still fight for even a podium at this point. And that huge pass. Oh, he still doesn't hold it off. See if he could get it through left field.
Oh my goodness.
They're side by side. He's trying to hold on the outside. They're going to come through. Are they going to come through cops together? They're going to go through it. None of these guys are conceding. He gives them enough space on the inside, and he gives them enough space on the outside. They're still side by side. They're coming through Beckett's Chapel, and he actually gives it to him. I mean, that's a hard corner. Wow. Together. And just like that, Miller is able to get the pass off, but Renzo made him work for it.
Oh yeah, that was
That was some hard
a
work
bit of a sparring match there.
and some huge precision. And look at the teamwork. I mean, look at that pass. Luke maybe gave him a little bit too much now. It's not quite a sandwich.
How is it not?
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
It's a Ferrari.
Yes, the top bun is real. It's been thrown up in the air though.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't get it. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh." And this is important for the constructors because they are all fighting here. The Ferraris and the McLarens are fighting for that constructor
Every
position.
point they can get.
And we're getting closer to the end. Limp here, if he's able to finish this off now with Miller, Miller has a lot of time though. I think he can still get back into this race. It'll be very hard though.
He's got to make up 9 seconds.
And he kind of needs it with so little, like there's not that many races left. And I just don't know if he's going to be able to compete for the Drivers' Championship against Limp, who's just shown amazing consistency and has been, I would say, like a lot of it, most of it is just his skill.
Yeah.
And he's just been very lucky. And I think some of that luck comes down to always being up in the front. When you're always up in the front, it
luck
helps.
is one preparation.
Yeah, and he's been able to do it. He's been consistently always up front, which means his odds of having an incident is a little bit less than the rest of these drivers. And then he's also just been able to get through a lot of these incidents that has happened to him and still he's maximized his points in every single race. He had that race in Baku where I didn't even think he was going to get points at one point, and then he still got it. Still got points. I think that he's been able to do that, and that's why it's going to be very hard for Miller to even challenge him for it. And we have, I don't think Tesos ever was able to get back in, and it looks, wait, no, that's going to stay. Lord comes in for his pit, so that's going to be his one pit. I think this is we're getting close to the this when people are going to pit on these mediums. So if we look at the tires, it is 10 laps, so I think you can stretch that a little longer. I don't think it's quite there, but some of these guys, they're going from mediums to hards, so they might be looking for an undercut, right? Because you can extend this tire out all the way to the end for the hards. But I think you do want to go as far as possible. I mean, I think that's what it's always the plan, right, for all these drivers, is extend this first stint as long as you can.
Make it count.
Because they'll just make your second half better. Like it'll make it a little bit easier. You can be less mindful of tire wear. We do have here Renzo reacting to it. He is on mediums. We have another mediums driver coming on, and let's see how far back he ends up. I think he'll be nice. He will be right behind, or right in front of Pang, I believe. He's gonna come out, so not too bad, but still all the way down to 9th. He'll end up.
How many positions is Pang?
Pang right now has gotten 3 positions, so not too bad. I think he actually, Renzo will come out in front of Pang still. And it looks like Sunby went in for a pit as well. Wow, this is actually gonna be really close here. And Pang just barely doesn't get this through. But maybe he can actually benefit from this and stay on the back of him. And just get a little bit of a help through the rest of his stint here. But it looks like Renzo coming out really slow because these tires are not warmed. And might actually have been slowing Pang down. Pang looking to go for it. He is on the infield on Brooklands, but gives away on the infield. So this could be good for Pang now. His tires are a little bit worn. Maybe he can try to stay on the back of him. And just let him get a little bit of pace now that he's lost. It looked like he lost a bit from that because, Renzo had to get his tires warmed. You can still see it's not quite there yet, but how warm his tires are. He's still trying to work them up. But Pang right on the back of him, and could benefit here. It looks like he is, and it could extend these tires out just a little bit more so that he can go onto some hards a little later into this race. We'll see if he actually goes into the pits. Oh, he does go into the pits though. Not too shabby. Not a bad idea. We have here Kumar passing Tesos, kind of. Hill went in already, right? So this is Hill.
I believe so.
Yeah, he had to because I think he had a speeding in the pits. It was the whole like multiple incidences at once. And now we are playing
everything all at once.
Yeah, everything all at once.
Everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah,
I still need to see.
I still do too.
I'm really looking for. I haven't been ready for a good cry yet, though. I watched The Whale. I was not prepared to watch The Whale.
Yeah.
It was really good though, but God, I get why he won Best Actor. Back to the race.
Okay, Kumar. Oh, it's still the same. It's the same. Come on, Kumar. It's a bot. You should be able to pass that. Just get past him already. We have. I think Hill might actually be able to get into a pretty good position at the end of this race. Lannon taking a pit now after getting all the way up into fourth. New tube coming in as well. So Lannon is the first response for the hard into medium. And we'll see. Let's see if any of these other drivers respond to it. And as we see he's the first hard into mediums. So we'll see if any of the other hard drivers are going to switch over to mediums. But Noob Doob comes out. He went from mediums to hards. So he'll be able to extend this all the way to the end.
No problem.
Landon should be able to get to the end, but with a little bit of caution on the tires. Make sure, get a good out lap, take care of the tires, and then when you race somebody, then abuse your tires a little bit. But it still comes out in 6th, so that's really good there. Landon was able to get out in front of a lot of these drivers. Tesos coming in with Kumar. Let's call it the couple since they couldn't ever separate. They couldn't separate from each other. And we have actually Limp responding here. And this is huge now. This is going to give us a little bit of a better idea. And with this pit, it sets Miller up into like which decision he makes. And they actually do the Luke cover. So Luke's covering the Limp pit, which now means Renzo. Oh, Renzo also pit, right? So so he's also trying to cover off that undercut. And Jonas has not pit yet. So that's going to be a crucial one. Let's see if he's able to get out in front of him. And I think Jonas is going to get in front of Luke for sure. And he's going to get in front of Limp, who comes out a little bit. Oh, and he does still come out in front of Jonas. And that's huge. But barely. And we saw how, but he's on mediums. It'll be a little bit easier to warm up than Renzo when he came out onto his tires. But Luke comes out behind Renzo. So he does get the undercut. Oh, Luke goes all the way back behind even Lannon.
Oof.
So he actually gets undercut from Renzo and undercut from Lannon. So he gets undercut from both of them. And
I'm happy to see where Landon is today.
I think this is a lot of these cars are gonna converge close, like soon. Some of these cars, like I think Luke still has a chance against Renzo because he's on the mediums, Renzo's on the hards. So I think those two will eventually clash. I don't know when they're gonna meet up. And I think Landon also is gonna catch up to Renzo later. And we actually have Miller here now responding. With that 22-second gap, I believe Limp will still be able to get in front of Miller, as this is, I'd say, about 26-second pit difference from a normal lap to a pit lap. And we even see here, Limp is coming across the front straight, and if they're already matching here, he's going to have a good probably 10 seconds on him. Okay, maybe not 10. It might have cut down to maybe 8 8-second gap. Let's see. It's still gonna climb. Oh, it's actually only a 6. Is it really only a 6-second gap? So Miller did a really good job there. Jonas comes in for our pit. Oh, wait. Miller actually spins it here. And with that, Renzo's going to take P2 here. And now we have the Ferrari 1-2. Landon comes across and is also in front of him. And Miller goes all the way to 4th now. And does that on his outlap. So kind of unevenly temperatures his tires. And we actually have a lapper here. And with that, this is going to get spicy near the end of this race. I don't know if anybody can compete with Limp up front without him making an error. But this 2 and 3 position is not locked. This is going to become...
But so look at the teams where we are for constructors points.
This is going to be... It's going to be a huge...
Renzo, what happened?
Oh no. What did happen with Renzo? Renzo might have just spun it.
A little bit fast.
I don't know. Sorry about that. I didn't even see that happen. They were so far apart. I didn't expect it. But with that, Renzo goes all the way back down, and we're
back to our Ferrari.
We're talking about the constructors, and now it looks like it might be a close match again for the constructors again because of that. And
I love the drive.
Huge drive after that incident where he lost plenty of spaces because of it. Was able to make it up, goes in, comes out, is now in 2nd position, going to be looking to try to extend that, but Miller right there on the back of him. So I wonder how much they're going to fight. Do you think they're going to fight, or they're going to try to help each other push through and catch up to Limp? So much space though. 16 seconds is a lot to make up. It might be too many for 9 laps.
Might be.
I mean, that's a gap that he's been making this entire race.
He's just been driving. Clear air, just chilling.
Clear air, don't care, man.
Clear air, don't care.
Yeah, and we have here Landon and Miller fighting, and
look at it on the map.
Yeah, they are tight, and he's right on the back of them. Coming through on the hanger straight, takes the inside. The inside is the better for Stowe, but we have seen people hold it on the outside and keep a position. Actually, maybe the outside's better inside, because you get the inside here if you're still side by side, and that's shown a big difference. But Miller now in front of Landon, and goes fastest, 129.021. Not a bad lap here. It is overcast, but the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius.
Ooh, it's warmer.
So it's pretty warm. I think it's ideal. These tires are probably running at a really good temp with this temperature. We do have we have Pang and Lord here now on the fight together, and I am sorry, that was some bad. Oh!
Who was that?
No. Who the heck is that? Lord? I don't know who that was. Somebody on the straight. I also missed the Lord pass. I was jumping down too fast. The couple are still together. Like, you can't pass a bot, man. You can't pass a bot. Alright, so we do have Landon right on the back of Miller still holding that position. Luke is trying to catch up to them, but has not been able to. And Renzo is actually really close to Luke. Luke is gonna have to keep an eye on that behind him. And I'll try to keep an eye. That was a good pass on from Pang. I was trying to catch it, but kind of missed. I missed my mark. They also gave me a bad camera when I first went it. And then I tried to go down, but I needed to go up. Because, you know, the whole, when they pass, they swap positions. Yeah. Always
I don't love the cameras on this channel.
Yeah. They're not the best. There's some really good ones, but then there's too many of these really close ones, and they use too many of the cinematic car ones.
Yeah.
For a track that's just a regular, you know, a classical track, I don't know why implement so many onboard cameras. But they do. So Landon here still trying to fight for the Haas team, but it does look like Miller has been able to drop him off of the back of him. And he's trying to look to get Limp, but just don't see it. I honestly think Limp is gonna recharge his battery near the end of this race. We're gonna see him do a push, and then he's gonna obliterate that time. It's gonna probably be like a 20. It's gonna be like 27 something is what I'm gonna guess. Maybe a 28, but I think it might be a 27 now.
Yeah.
It's not been the type of racing I expected. I think a lot of these drivers have made mistakes that they didn't expect to make. And because of that, there's kind of been separated. But there has been a few spots where there's been pockets of racing, like we've talked about.
It seems like a lot of the biggest chain mix-ups have been from mistakes or incidents.
It's definitely been just mistakes. And I think, yeah, in the beginning of the race, there was those first lap incidences, which we've been trying to cut down on. But they do happen. There's a lot of cars, and when there's a lot of cars, it's hard to cover everything. And it happens. We do have here Luke trying to make up that position, is looking to try to get onto the podium, but I don't know. Luke or Landon has been showing really good pace, and almost everybody besides Renzo has no penalty up front. So that might play a role at the end of this race. If any of these drivers, and it does look like Miller and Landon both have enough warnings to get a penalty, and Limp has gotten 0 warnings this race. Not a huge surprise, seeing as he hasn't been racing anybody today, really. It's very Verstappen-esque right now, where it's like he's just gone, nobody near him. Who is that? Oh, the bot. Oh, or is that Dillard? Or are you just talking about Kumar and the bot?
Either of them.
I told you, it's the couple. It's the couple, man. They haven't separated at all in the second half of this race. They're literally probably inside of each other's cars the whole race.
No wonder you call them a couple.
That's why I call them a couple. A couple of cars. It's how babies and cars are made.
What? So, we're back to racing. We're back to racing.
I'm just saying. How do you think those cars are made in cars?
I don't know.
Alright, so... Oh yeah, that's the couple.
I'd like to think that it's kind of like just robots. You know? Do you remember that 2000s DreamWorks movie?
Yeah.
Imagine it's like
the robots one.
they just kind of get unpackaged and then they just replace parts over time.
Yeah.
I don't know how to transferring consciousness works though.
Yeah, with it. I think if you overthink it, it's not a winning battle, because obviously you're talking about something
no
that's
matter what, they're
pretty silly. It's a concept. It's concept. And Limp goes faster, 128.494.
Well done.
So maybe it is only 127.
Could be.
Renzo taking another penalty, taking 6 now. Sorry for the yawn. And with that, does NoobTube have? NoobTube does not have a penalty, so Renzo's gonna have to keep an eye on that with NoobTube, maybe trying to go for a push here. Finn comes into the pits. I believe that's like his 3rd pit now. He's actually had only 2 pit stops. Alex has taken a pit now 3 times. Alex is making sure his
the piss, mate.
no, the pits. And Hillian actually comes into the pit.
Piss, mate.
So Hillian comes in for the pit. Maybe he's going to be looking to try to get the fastest lap. He is going to lose 2-3 positions, though, doing this. So he's going to have to make up those through passing. So this is an interesting choice here. Most likely, or has to be going on to the softs.
Has to be.
Why? Maybe thought he couldn't make it to the end of the race.
I don't know.
But he's gonna have to make up 3 positions here, and like that gap is huge. Look at where he is. He's still there. He's gonna actually get caught up by the couple. The couple is look at the couple's gonna pass them. That is, I don't know about that one, Hillian. Obviously we're not a part of his, like, we don't know what was happening with his car. It could have been multiple things, but a huge thing is that he's getting passed here by the leading car.
I got you, Mookie.
And the leading car has just now lapped him.
And Miller just got past the slap.
And Miller
128.429.
Oh, their little battle. Now they're battling for this 1 point here. We have our penalties of Renzo with 6, Pang with 3, Lord 3, Sharp 3, Hill 3, Sunby 3, Finn 6, and Alex 3.
I got you, bro.
Yes.
And Jonas takes another.
Jonas takes another penalty here, which means now he has a 3-second penalty.
Oh, and Miller! Oh!
Miller taking a penalty here, and now Landon only 4 seconds behind him.
Finally has his first warning.
Because he's been pushing, I think. He's finally been actually pushing. He was pushing for a fast lap. Yeah, nobody's affected yet. There's some spots where they could possibly happen. Hill now taking another penalty, does get past the first part of the couple. We'll have to pass the second part of the couple of Kumar. And Kumar goes back because he was like spent too much time away from his second driver, and and now he's back with it. Now Hill will be looking to attack. Where is he now on the track though? He is. I don't actually see him. Oh yeah, he's right there. He is on the back of somebody, isn't he? He's too far back behind Sharp, and he's not going to end up in boots. I don't really understand that pit. Yeah, nobody is affected by pens, but we might have. We'll keep an eye. There's a few people. We have Renzo, but NewTube hasn't been able to catch him. And then we had Miller and Lannon, but that one also doesn't seem like it's going the opposite way. I don't know, Moogie, I don't know why he pit either. It doesn't look like he was on hards. He should have been able to extend to the end of the race on them. And he actually lost 5 positions doing it, and isn't going to make up all 5 of them. It was an interesting call. This is a perfect example of, like, to me, unless there was some issue where dag, it would be a good example. But I noticed that he was on it. Yeah. But you lose more going into a pit to serve that, unless you were actually gonna make up that time, which he pit really late.
Miller's brought it down to 10 seconds.
Miller has dropped it down to 10, but has the +3, so he's actually 13 behind.
Quick maths.
Yes. I'm good at that one. When there's 0 at the end of it, and shove it on the back. Luke here on the bot of Alex is holding P4. Doesn't look like anything's gonna happen there. And with this, before I forget, let's do the poll. And let's go back up here with Limp.
Maggots and maggots. Clickety clack clack, clickety clack, clack clack, clickety clack.
Oh, we just got sued.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Just changed.
Miller brought it down to 8.5. I think he should have started pushing earlier.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
7.5.
It's too far. Like, I'm 100% sure Limp has more in the tank on him that he could, like, extend that. It was just too far. After that incident, it was going to be very hard. It was already going to be hard for him, as we saw. And it looks like NewTube here, right on the back of Jonas. What happened there? Did he make a mistake?
I don't know.
Oh, where is...
Down 10.
Okay, we're on the last lap. Sorry. I thought we needed to move faster. So Noob here, right on the back of Jonas, and he goes on the inside. He holds it. He actually gets past before they get into Stowe, and now has the inside for Vale and Club. So I don't think. No, it's not over yet. Is it? We're on the last lap here.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the same.
I panicked for a second.
I literally did the exact same thing as you. But it's because these guys back here are so far behind that. Yeah, that move was good. I wish the camera was a little bit better, but.
No, I got you.
And Sharp on Lord here. So this is what we were talking about, where all these drivers are now. They're all matching each other. They're getting to a spot to where we are at a critical. And just again, we get some of the worst views.
Worst camera angles.
Yeah. Now let's move all the way back up. We have Limp here coming through Stowe. It's about to enter Vale. Into the final corner here through Club onto the Hamilton Straight, and Limp wins it in Silverstone.
And takes fastest lap.
And takes fastest lap with a 128.383. Miller is coming in through the end. Gets second. Luke's going to be coming in with a good third position.
Well done,
I did not see what happened, but he is in front of Landon now. And he's actually going to pass the line in front of him. And he actually takes third position from Landon. And Renzo gets fifth. We have NewTube in sixth here, but has Jonas right on the back of him. So they are still fighting together. And I believe NewTube here is going to end in sixth. Jonas gets seventh. And Pang here for his first race of this season. Looks like he's going to get points here. Eighth position. This is actually the position I told him he would finish in yesterday. And it looks like he's still going to be able to do it with two more corners left.
I see you.
He also doesn't get passed, which is really nice. Gets a finish under the same lap. Comes through Club on Hamilton Straight. Finishes right in eighth. We have here 9th and 10th still fighting, but it looks like Lord. Oh, they both spin it. Oh, it's going to come to the end. But it looks like Lord is actually going to get this position here. We will see if any of these submit it, though, for after the race. But we get Sharp in 10th. Hill is going to be at 11th. I don't know what actually happened with his. And, oh my gosh.
To adjust my seat. It's very comfortable.
And we get Landon with driver of the day here, but we do have our driver of the day poll up. Please vote for who you thought was the driver of the day of today's race. Really good ending to this race. We have Nick just dominate again with a huge victory here in Silverstone.
What an ending.
Makes his gap between him and Miller even greater. And we might actually see him solidify his championship before the final race. Huge race. Congratulations to Limp. Congratulations to Luke and Miller being able to make up that position. Still fighting for that the Constructors Championship here. And I think still good job from Renzo being able to mitigate the damage in that race. Limiting damaging.
Well done, guys. That was wild.
What a race here in Silverstone, the British Grand Prix. It was exciting. I don't know if there was as much racing as side-to-side racing as we expected, but I think it still showed. It still showed off it was still a really good race.
Yeah, I was surprised there weren't any safety cars.
There was a VSC. I think that was it. I think it's a little bit harder on these traditional tracks because they do have like proper runoffs, so people can go
actual things to make sure that it's safe.
Yeah, where it's safe. It's a lot safer here. And then let's see if I can do this. You ready? So our finishing order was.
We did.
Limp, Miller, Luke, Landon, Renzo, NoobTube, Jonas, Pang, Lord. What happened? We kind of did. On who? I don't remember. But I want to do a little shout out to Pang, who was able to get some points here in this sprint. First time racing since he raced in season 1. So congratulations on that. Huge points for him.
That was a crazy lap.
Yeah, unlucky first lap for Miller there. It does happen. It is racing. We'll see what happens with some of these incidences, especially close to the end of the race. Yeah, good job there, Pang. It is your favorite track. We saw it. You were quick. You were quick for not really racing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, GG there. Huge. That was a huge race for him. What do we need to do? There was the. Did you vote for driver of the day?
Did you redo?
Did it actually post driver? Okay.
Did you redo?
Did you redo?
Did you redo? What do they sound like?
yeah, that's it. Oh man.
Wait.
Using all your Delta. He's about to spam all his points right now to vote for himself. Is that what he's saying?
Am I getting it right?
Oh man.
Oh god, I hate myself.
Yeah, we all do. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Lie to me at least.
I'm joking.
Don't tell me the truth.
So that was a great race. I think the finish was nice with a lot of these few spots that we were talking about, where the different tire strategies or just strategies in general were gonna collide, and we saw it with a few drivers. Payne getting a late pass. We had a few other drivers. Used 36 points on GG and the other one. Wow, you have to use points to use those?
Really?
I didn't know that.
I don't understand Twitch, honestly.
I don't understand it either. Yeah, what a pass near the end of that race. I think overall that was a solid
I was
event.
entertained.
There was a lot of entertaining parts. Close to the end, it got really, really crazy there. Let's finish this. How do you... I forgot how to use this for a second. I forgot. Oh my gosh. End the poll here. And then let's go.
Did you just
here.
start an ad?
No. I snoozed it.
You definitely did not.
I thought... I hit the wrong button again. You know, I remember I was snoozing it on the trying to do one, and I was doing...
Oh my god.
You know, it happens. It happens.
Lamau.
All right, it doesn't matter.
Can you stop it?
It doesn't matter. All right, so Limp wins driver of the day. So solid. It makes sense. He won the sprint. He won the race.
Yeah, well done, man.
He did all of it. He did everything he needed to do to, I think, deserve a driver of the day. He was just commanding. Had a huge lead at the end of the race. He didn't have to fight very much, but every time, like in both starts, he was able to extend his lead to the point that he didn't have to worry every time.
Yeah.
And that is credit of its own. Is there anything, I mean, we race... Huh?
I think Miller should have gotten his act together sooner, and...
he did. I mean, he had an accident in the beginning.
My statement stands.
Yeah, the accident.
I have very high expectations for him, and I think he can do better.
I think Portimao is going to be another very racy track. It's a shorter track. It has a lot of elevation. It is our next track. It is our next track.
I think
on the calendar.
I think you can do great things. I expect you to live up to these standards because I know there's excellence in your heart, good sir.
And also... so on April, we'll be racing on April 15th in the Champions division. We have on April 14th, we'll have our Legends division racing though. So if you wanted to just watch both the races in Portimao for round 10.
I was surprised I thought there should have been more safety cars in this race. However,
yeah, I'm surprised there was no safety car.
Why'd you get hit? Why'd you get hit? Why you just avoid it?
So we're gonna ignore him and his negativity. So
No, I think all in all, really well done. Really well
yeah,
done.
good job. Do you want to
It's-
do your thing for the
Oh yeah, as always, we have to say a huge shout out to our partners. If you're interested in checking out a sick set of pedals like our number 2 driver here, Miller, who honestly commanding performance as well almost every time. Limp just kind of got the better of him today. Go check out simcoaches.com with, you know what they have now? They have a cool new wheel.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Also, if you want to start your digital adventure, check out Zinx at xinx.digital. So you can, see what kind of branding they got going on. And if you look and see that their cool logos are cool logos all over the map, that's them.
Yeah.
It's them.
And then the other one?
They're another one. Oh, yeah. And if you like podcasts like me, go check out BS with Irv and Cam on all of your podcast platforms. Apple Music, Spotify Podcasts, .com, podcasts.org, npr.podcasts.gov.
And then the other one?
Oh God, there's a fourth one now.
Well, there's...
Oh yeah, Wolfpack Performance. Oh, I always say his logos when I'm racing.
Yeah.
And Wolfpack Performance at on YouTube. He poses very regularly. I like watching his content. His
like
F1
content.
Yeah, like
F1 rants.
F1. Oh,
Yeah.
I like a good F1 rant. Go check him out. Really fun to watch. And he's also got his own community too. That I like that we get to kind of support and participate in each other's stuff that's going on. Okay,
so that's at Wolfpack Performance on YouTube.
Yes.
I was your host, Stingy One. I was here with Iverzim.
I don't know what I am. I was just here.
You're a commentator.
Hi.
And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.